What's up, y'all? Kendra Solo here with My Body Physique, and I'm here to share with you a vlog today on a reflection, a high and healthy reflection of something that I think you can really relate to, okay? So I sent out an email the other day talking about how getting high and healthy is a real thing, like what it does. There's no scientific research behind it, but people have been using it for centuries. You can read that at mybodyphysique.com because I'm going to be spinning off that today if you want to go back and digest it some more. But what I want to share was one of the reasons I feel like cannabis came into my life, and specifically my exercise and fitness regimen, is to show me what my body needs rather than what I think my body needs. And what I mean by that, a really good example is, for a long time in my early teens, I would run miles up and down my street. Good old jogging times. And it was. But it wasn't, because I was stuck in this pain cycle, this loop of this is what I was telling myself. It was like, you overate, you're too fat, all the nasty mucky things you can imagine, right? Which I'm sure you can relate to. We all have that mental muck. So I would use exercise as a way to get out of it, you know, but it was a lot taxing on my physical health, you know, 4 miles a day. And some people do a lot more than that, shit ton more, okay? But in the Florida heat in the summertime, you're dehydrated, you're hungry, and I'm not replenishing myself. I'm like 14. I'm eating Special K and Purdue chicken and honey wheat pretzels, okay? So I found that it started taxing on my nutrition, and point being, cannabis coming into my life, into my fitness routine, because once I started using cannabis and going for jogs, I didn't want to jog that far anymore. I didn't want to jog that hard anymore. It took me on this new adventure of, let's try something else. Or let's not jog so far, let's maybe walk and jog today. You know, getting into my body again, not what I thought I needed to exercise, but what I actually needed to exercise. And let me tell you guys, this is where cannabis fitness comes in. It tells you what you need to exercise, and it's not always physical. The way is through the physical movement, okay? That's what I teach as a cannabis fitness trainer. But what you're exercising is like your emotional, your mental, your spiritual at that time. And that's what I wrote in the blog post, okay? Is it helps you see that muck that you got going on. It helps you see, why am I running this much, this often? Why am I bringing pain and kind of torture into my life? Okay, so that's a lot to even digest. I'm sure you can relate to it with your own workouts. Like, yeah, I've done that. So, going on from that, it started taking me on this other spectrum. I was really in this yang energy, and I still am. But also, let me visit the yin energy, that slow down, intuitive, pleasurable, relaxing into my body from a different way. I would have to exercise so much to get to that point where I felt good for the day, where I thought I felt good, you know, to clear that muck. But what exercising cannabis was showing me, and what shows the people that use it, where that muck is at. Sit with it, be with it, Just accept it. Like, yeah, I'm running a lot because I'm overeating. Or yeah, I'm running a lot because I'm really stressed and I don't like this situation. It shows you where to balance, rebalance, the homeostasis in your body, in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So, what I want to tie this video into is why cannabis fitness is so essential to be a healthy human. And I always say the term high and healthy because it really is that. But using cannabis fitness in your exercise regimen is going to help you for those other times in life where it ain't feeling good. Maybe you are, for an example, I'm a single mom. I got 2 dogs. And sometimes I'm just like, wow, there's a lot going on. The dogs might be barking. My little guy might be crying. I might just have to pee and use the bathroom. And there's all these other things going on in my brain. Gene, see? This. Gene. Gene. See? Boo boo, come here. Come here. Stop. Little man is sleeping. One of my dogs is going crazy. I'm just trying to make this vid. Okay. It trains you for these times where you get into these situations where you're like, I'm stressed out, I'm taxed out, I'm at my breaking point. Where does your brain go? What is it your brain start telling you when you feel this way? When you feel angry, when you feel sad, when you feel overwhelmed or stressed out? It's going to take you usually to some mucky thoughts. The mucky thoughts come up. You know, maybe it's like, F this, F that. It can get, we all know, okay? What it comes down to is, what are you telling yourself when you're in these situations? Is it really going to help transform that situation and make it, bring it back to you, bring it back to your home, not where you're just like, I'm all over the place, okay? So point being, cannabis fitness takes you into that space, into those elements, that muck, and you have the chance to train yourself physically with movement. Maybe you want to stretch. Maybe you want to lay down, meditate, and breathe a bit. Or maybe you do need to jump around. Jane, no. No. Come on, get down. Go lay down. Bear with me. Go lay down. There's something on the roof she's barking at. Gee, no! So you are in this space where things are uncomfortable. We're all there. We all have been there. We've all had those days. You go to pick something up and you miss it. You go to pick something up again, you miss it again, you're like, F this fucking thing. I'm done. Well, we can't. We gotta move forward, right? So in this space, in this cannabis fitness space, you train yourself how to move forward. Maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe you need to be more firm on your boundaries, how you speak things, how you communicate. It's a really cool thing. It's a really beautiful thing that we have this medicine and exercise to train us for these situations. And there you go, little guy's awake. Read the blog, mindbodyphysique.com, okay? Training those spaces.